What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Bitcoin Daily. Today we are doing a market analysis and we're going to be speaking about what happened over the weekend, and we're also going to speak about some trade setups that you guys can be taking this week, today maybe even, and the trade setups that we're looking for the rest of the week basically. And after that, then we're also going to jump into some trade setups with Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Neo, Cardano, Chainlink, Tezos. These are definitely trade setups you should be taking. If you guys have watched our previous Monday top setup videos, you will see that we've profited basically on all these trade setups that we have spoken about. If you've taken, please guys subscribe, make sure to like the video and drop a comment. Enjoy the video. Peace.
Alrighty guys, so let's jump right into it. So as you guys can see here, let's first, how we like to start, let's check coin market cap. Let's get the big picture on what's going on in the market today. As you guys can see here, the total market cap today is 442.56 billion, pretty much flat. It's down almost 0.5% today. Bitcoin's dominance has gone down a little bit. We're at 64.4%. Bitcoin's price pretty much flat. It's been kind of a very volatile day. It's been jumping up and down. It went up as high as I think 15,008 something. We'll go over that. And then it's gone as low as like 14,008 something. So we'll go over those numbers though. Ethereum, as you can see, 446 down 1.5%. XRP at 25 cents, down 1.5. Chainlink 1256, down 2%. Bitcoin Cash down 2%. Binance Coin down 1.5. Litecoin down 3%. Polkadot pretty much flat, and Cardano down 2%. So let's go ahead and jump into these charts. Let's refresh it just in case. Sometimes these things be acting up, so gotta refresh it. All right. So let's start off on the daily. Look at it on a higher time frame. All right, so you could see here basically right now we're kind of forming basically another bull flag pattern here. As you can see, we formed the same thing right here. Look at this bull flag. It just grinded its way up until it broke out of that range. And now we've had that big move, and now we have consolidation here, right? So we've been consolidating in these levels here. I mean, it's a very wide consolidation area right now. As you guys can see, it goes up to basically 16,000, and as low as, let me see, what was the low? 14,366. So that's a very big range. That's about a 6-7% range, right? $2,000 range. And as you can see, we basically played most of that range here. The high was 15,670. The low was 14,738. And then today, that was yesterday. Today, we've gone as high as 15,875 and a low of 14,843. So that's $1,000 move just today. So hopefully you guys been able to grab some profits. We definitely did grab some profits. We're actually in a trade right now here that we're about to get stopped out of. So anyways, that's for the video that we're actually doing tomorrow. We're showing you guys the trades that we're doing in our challenge account live. So make sure to check that out tomorrow. But for today, let's stick to these charts, right? So let's see, we're currently trading at 15,400. You can see that we tested this Fibonacci retracement level, which is that 38.2%, which is right around that 15,000 mark. So that 15,000 mark also marks a huge psychological support resistance zone. So you see that we tested that and we popped right back up. So we're still holding, as long as we close over this 15,300 range, we should be in pretty good shape. Let's zoom in a bit to the 4-hour here. All right, so you see this McDonald's sign, right? basically looks like a M for McDonald's. So what we're looking for, the main trade that we're still looking for is that pop over 16,000. That's gonna be the main trade that we want as far as a breakout. Then there's the main support here is at 15,000. So that the whole $1,000 area is that, you know, we want to play one of those ends. We're not really too worried about what's in between, right? But obviously we are playing what's in between for scalps, but these, you know, you got to play these a lot tighter. So the way that you enter this the 15,000 is, you know, how we've explained before. We don't want to try to catch it when it's falling. We want to catch it when it's bouncing. So this big red candle, you just gotta let that fall, right? You gotta let it go. You would have seen here it just continued to drop. So if you would have entered any position here at 15,000, you know, playing that as a support, if you would have entered, you would have got stopped out. You know, your stop wouldn't have been that loose. If you're playing that loose, then you're not trading right. So that would have been a stop out. So what we did, we let it go. Then as soon as we saw it bouncing back up, we triggered a trade, which we told everybody in our group. And we all jumped in, and then look at this. It's gone all the way up as high as wait, it hasn't been. It's been like in the last 2 hours. So it's gone as high as, where's the high? 15,466. So that's currently what we've done. So we hit basically our two targets were 15,200 and 15,400. We surpassed our two targets, right? And we literally just stopped out of that second position we had there for tomorrow's video. We'll go more into that in tomorrow's video though. So for now, so what we would want here, let's see. So we have this Fibonacci level, right? What number is that? 15,326. So we're currently on top of that. That could be a support to enter. As you see here, there's a lot of support in this area, right? We tested this a bunch of times. Look at all that. So the way you want to play that though, right? It's either on a breakout, like we just literally played it right now, or you want to see it test it and then jump back up, right? So this would have been the perfect move here. These are two examples of trades that we probably took. I'd have to look back, but these are probably trades that we took. We broke out, right? So this was the breakout, and you play that. You're taking profits all the way up. Then here you would have stopped out. Boom, you would have seen it go down, go back up, and on the way back up, that's kind of where you want to enter, right? So you would have entered that, you know, and you would have been able, depending how you played it, how tight you played your stops, you would have been able to ride it, you know, at least to 15,600. Then on the way down, like, you don't want to try to catch a falling knife, so you would have let it go down, go down, go down. You would have let that go down, and then when you saw this test at 200 and bounce back up, you would have wanted, that's where you enter that 300 breakthrough, boom, enter. You could have rolled that all the way up to 600 taking profits, 800 taking profits, trailed out, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, broke 15, you just keep letting it go. Then as soon as you saw it bouncing back up, and once it went over 15, that's the entry, boom, and you start riding that out. So that's how we've been playing that, and that's how you want to play these levels. You want to, if it's dropping, you don't want to try to catch it. You want to let it go, and then when you see it bouncing back up with momentum, that's when you want to enter the trade. So that's what we've done there. That's how we've entered those trades, and that's how we recommend you guys to play it the same way. So our entries right now, our support entries are going to be 15,000, and around this 15,300 to 200 range. That's another area where you can enter. But again, you want to play the breakout. You don't want to catch it falling down, right? So so here above 400 right now, if I was looking to take a trade right now for a scalp, I'm looking first for, it has to be over 400, right? Let's go into the hourly. I would want it over 400, and I would probably also want it over the high of the day. So if I'm looking for a breakout trade, I want something over the high of the day. Now the high of the day is 15,466. So I'm gonna want to take a trade above that, but since that's so close to 500 already, remember 500 is a whole number, so that's a psychological resistance. And look at the resistance there, resistance here, resistance there. So you can tell 500 has an effect on price. There's always buyers and sellers there, right? But also notice that when it broke 500, look at this candle, it took off. So 500 is going to be the level that I'm looking at for my next trade, right? I'm looking above 500. I wanted to break the high of you know, the recent few candles plus the high of the day. I mean, not the day, I'm sorry. Plus break 500. So those two will trigger for me a entry buy signal, and that's a trade that I'm willing to take with my with about $50 or less stop loss, and my targets are 600, 700, 800. So I want to get out by the time I hit 800. That's kind of where I want to be taking the majority of my profits. I'll leave 25% of my position left in it, and I'll ride that up. What happened to the music? Oh, the music just ended. So because we've been rejected up here a bunch of times, right? So if I take that trade, I enter it, and I take all profits, I have still 25% of my position that I'm trailing with, right? So if it gets rejected and goes down, I stop out, I'm all good. If it doesn't get rejected, if it continues up, because a lot of people are always worried about, you know, not missing out if we break out over 600. But if we get a breakout above 16,000, I have a new entry, brand new entry above 16,000. So I'm prepared for that entry as well. So that's what people don't understand. Like, they think they're gonna miss out if they take profits, but you're not. What you're doing, you're taking profits, you're making that money real. You have to take profits, and then there's no reason to be scared, because we're gonna enter a brand new trade above this 16,000 range. So I am taking profits every time. Some people are gonna be just being greedy, trying to hold all the way up, and then the price is gonna do this, gonna come back down. Usually that's gonna end up in a loss, because you're gonna panic sell at that point, when what you should be doing is entering, taking profits, taking profits, taking profits, trailing out, letting that go all the way down, entering back in, taking profits, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you're supposed to trade. That's why if you're just holding for this whole ride, up and down, up and down, up and down, I mean, eventually you'll profit, but you could have been making a lot more profit. So yeah, so that's basically it on this. Those are the entries I'm looking for: 16,000, 15,500, 15,000. Those are the main entries I'm currently looking at in Bitcoin for this week. That's the levels that we're looking at. Also, for, you know, what it might do for the rest of this week, like I mentioned before, we have a big bull flag here. So if you look at it like that, boom, this is a huge bull flag, guys. So what we're basically waiting for long term, we need a break above 16,000. So if we can trigger a break above 16,000, that's gonna trigger a ride up to 17 for sure. Now 17 is probably gonna reject us, because that's a big resistance, but that's what we're looking for this week. Hopefully we get it. If not, we might just continue consolidating within this range right here, which is like that 15,000 to 16,000 range, possibly even 14,400, 500. So this whole range, it's a pretty big range, but that's where you can expect a lot of the consolidation. So you just got to be ready for that breakout though, above that, once it does break out. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, same pattern. You see this big bull flag here. And what we're looking at here, we're looking for entries basically around, see how this has been kind of pulling back. So the entry here is 420. So it didn't quite get to it, but when you see this, what I do is I wait. Once I see it bouncing back up, then I'm like, okay, and I see this go back down. I see it bounce it back up. So above this Fibonacci level, which also happens to be that 430 level, that's an entry right there. Boom, you enter that and you ride that. The targets are 440. Boom, you hit 440 here, 450, 460, right? So you would have hit all your targets. We triggered this trade. Then on the way back down, it's kind of the same thing. You're just kind of waiting and seeing where the bounce is, so you can enter a bounce. So what we did today, this went down, we let it go down, then we saw it bouncing. All right, 440 we're entering, it triggered, boom. Now our first target is 450, and that's a trade we're currently holding. So what we're looking for right now for this week, breakout trades are above 450. That's a breakout trade we're looking for. Support is 440, next support 430, next support 420. So those are support entries that we're looking for, and the breakout entry that we're looking for right now in Ethereum. We're at 15 minutes. I don't want to make this too long, so let's run through these. Bitcoin Cash, basically same pattern, guys. Bull flag. Here you're looking for a support entry. So kind of the same thing, you know. These all have the same pattern. That 260 area was that first entry. It would have been a breakout above 260. You would have entered that. 270 is the first target here. So if I'm looking for an entry right now, I'm still looking at 260 as the first number I'm looking at. The next number is probably like 275. You see how there's resistance right there? So I'd want something above 275 with a pretty tight stop. So if I'm entering 275, let me see what my target is. Your first target is probably like 280, so you want to have a maximum of about $2.50 under 275 stop, basically. That's what I would do. And for the 260, I'd have you need a stop probably around 257.40. If you're entering at 260, your target is 270, so you could have a $5 stop. That would be fine. I would have my stop right under this candle though. And that's basically it for Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin, let's see what Litecoin has. So remember, we spoke about this level on Friday or Monday. We're currently kind of sitting at that same level or just under it. So that's at $60 range. So above that, it is a breakout buy. It's currently sitting at 59. So $60 would be that breakout buy. Let me see. Your stop loss probably be around $2.50. Because your target, you're looking to hit $65 is really your main target, as close to there as possible. Remember, but as it moves, you got to be trailing it with your stop loss. So that's the thing with these, you got to really watch and trail them. For a breakout trade, you're looking for something above 265. That's the breakout that I'm looking for. Alright, that's Litecoin, XRP. Basically same thing. We've gone up, we've gone down, going up and down, right? If you caught this entry, that was an amazing entry right there. Look at that, boom. If not, right now the entry is 25 cents. Has always seemed to be a good entry there. So 25, you're taking profits. It looks around 25.60, taking profit at 26, and taking profit at around 26.40. So those are the three areas to take profit if you're entering here at 25. Not entering anything below this. Maybe 24.60 the most I'd enter it. Under that I wouldn't enter anything, because then you have the drop down here, and then this green area is your next entry. For a breakout, I'd probably be looking above this. So this is like 26.80. I'd want something above the high, this previous high here, as a breakout entry. Alright, Chainlink. So Chainlink went up, took off, right? hopefully you guys entered this. This is that $10 range that I told you guys about many times. If you entered it, look at that takeoff to 1350, got rejected back down to 1150, and then now we're just kind of bounced up a bit, and we're consolidating between 12 and 13. So that breakout buy is going to be above $13. That support entry is probably more around 1150. 1150 to $12 is a support entry. That buy is above $13, that breakout, with your targets being 1350, 1450. So every 50 cents. So that means if your target's 50 cents, if your profit's 50 cents, then the max your risk should be is 25. So I know someone had said something about, you know, where do we put our stops. If I'm giving you targets, you have to be using risk reward ratios. So if your target, if your profit is 50 cents, if that's your reward, then the max risk you should be taking is half of that, so you can have at least a 2-to-1 ratio. All right, so I'm not always gonna say every single move. I'm gonna just tell you the breakouts and where to enter, and you guys gotta learn to figure out the rest, man. Come on, I've made all these tutorials for you guys to figure it out, so no excuses. Here, Tezos, it is a bull flag, but I haven't done anything with this coin recently. I haven't traded it, but the entry here is $2, and the breakout is gonna be above 220. So those are 2 entries there, and you know, you guys can figure the rest out. Just look at previous stuff. Those are the 2 entries I have for that though. Neo, as you guys can see, another bull flag here. I have not traded this because, like I said, I want it to go basically above $16. So $16 is that entry I'd be looking for. As you guys can see, it did break above it, and then came back down. But that's that entry I like. Above 16 is the breakout. Below it, I don't like it. I'm not even gonna look at it. Nope, I'm not looking at it. Below it, I'm not looking at it. So above 16 is where it's at. Anything under it, don't like it. Let's look at the futures. So futures opened up with a bit of a gap, but as you guys can see, it came back, tested it, so we're in the clear. We're a go. We can take off. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Last one, Cardano. Damn, we're over 20 minutes. I wanted to make it less. Shit. Bull flag, same thing. I'm looking for an entry around 670 if I wanted to enter this, or a breakout of the previous high, which is 729-ish. So those are the 2 entries for that. That is it, guys. I am done. I am so beat, like tired. I don't know why. I need coffee. Check out tomorrow's video. We're going to be taking some live trades and talking about it.
All right, guys. So the question of the day is, is going to be with Bitcoin entries. When Bitcoin is dropping, right, and it's hitting that support level, how is it that we like to enter those Bitcoin support entries? I'm asking you these questions because these are questions that will make you better overall. That's why I select these type of questions, to make sure that you're paying attention. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button. Thank you, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love.